Good morning, everyone. We miss you. I have a script, and I'll get back to that in a moment. But I have to start by saying we miss you. We miss your community. We miss the collaboration. We miss the colleagueship. And we sure can't wait to get back together in person and celebrate this extraordinary milestone in your lives. So on with the show for today. I'd like to offer a heartfelt thanks to everyone gathered here today and welcome you to this, our virtual student celebration event. A special welcome to families near and far who are joining us this morning. We hope you're safe and well, and we thank you for your support over the years. It has been our privilege to educate and work alongside these students. I also want to extend a special thanks to the dedicated faculty and staff who have put so much energy and commitment and hard work into forging a remarkable experience for you, class of 2020. So as we know, this is not actually a commencement. In fact, we are eagerly looking forward to hosting that in-person traditional ceremony, as I mentioned, when it's safe for USC to do so at a date that has yet to be determined. But today we gather nevertheless. We gather in the spirit of celebration. It's important, it's necessary that we recognize your strength, your creativity, your excellence, and your resilience. What an astonishing group of remarkable students that we are gathered here to celebrate today. It's a day to remember, to look back on your joys and your struggles, your growing pains, your work and your achievements. And it's also a day of sweet sadness as you say farewell to your SDA family and to your home for the last 4 years. But it is only a farewell because now you are alumni of our school and you will always have a home here. Wait a sec, what's happening here? Just holding, wait, are we getting our very own Zoom bomb? Oscar Isaac from the Star Wars trilogy? Could that possibly be you?
It might just be.
Oh my goodness.
Just be.
Welcome to our virtual celebration. Thank you.
Well, I'm so happy to. I just wanted to say a big congratulations to the class of 2020. What an amazing thing to finally make it this far. It's uncertain times and it's scary out there, but you know, doing the one thing that you've already done, which is taking that step and dedicating yourself at mastering your craft. That's the one thing that we can control. And so just a big congrats and best of luck out there.
Oscar, that's so awesome of you to drop by. We appreciate it. And we can't wait to see you back on screen very soon. Dune is coming next, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. All right. Thanks for coming by. So friends, on the subject of our School of Dramatic Arts family, I'd like to welcome you into the next phase of your journey with us. To do that, I'm going to welcome our Alumni Leadership Council co-chairs, Devin Kelly and Tom Polos. Devin and Tom. What about that, right? What about that?
All right.
What an act to follow.
I know we're not, it's my goodness. We're not inside Llewellyn Davis. We're inside all these little boxes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like the Maskman, but somehow even smaller.
Yes, and better lit.
Yeah, I didn't think that was possible. Hi, hey, you wonderful humans who I can't see. We come bearing good news. We have been alums for 12 and 10 years, respectively, and the world was in a weird place when we graduated too. We walked right into the aftermath of the writer's strike and then the recession, so it felt like falling face first into the upside down. And while no situation or experience is exactly the same, of course, we are living, breathing proof that there is life after you zoom out of here today, no matter how uncertain the future may seem. We live to tell the tale, and you will too. And what a unique, special tale you have to tell.
Preach. And here's the even better news, Devin. Solely by graduating, you guys, fam, are automatically ushered into the USC Alumni Association, which means you guys have access to all of the advantages that come with that distinction. Not only the perks and incentives from many local and global businesses, AKA free or discounted stuff, use promo code TOM for more, but the joy and fellowship and the support system that comes with the joining the ranks of your fellow SDA Trojans like us.
Yeah, so free stuff, hanging out with us, and in our school's case, the mutual memories of over 7,000 SDA alums are even more, I don't know, shall we say, specific than others.
Yes. Joyful, dramatic, whatever word you want.
Yeah, over the top, ridiculous, absurd, so many adjectives. And many of us have learned the same life-changing lessons from the same inspiring professors and perfected spot-on impressions of said professors. We have capered about and crawled on the floors of chairless classrooms. We've climbed val trees and committed... Exactly, Josh Shake. We have committed fully, just like that, to kooky other vocal exercises that rang through PED, terrifying those poor ROTC students who had the distinct honor, grave misfortune of sharing those hallowed halls with the likes of us. And we have endured tech horror stories that will haunt us in our sleep and echo in our performance venues long after commencement has called all of our names. And we want to remain in touch so we can continue this wonderfully weird, torrid, unique tale together.
So to do that, how do you do that, you might be asking? Well, you figured out how Zoom works. Congratulations, you are magna cum laude. So sign up for our rad email list. Reach out to us directly to hear about the many ongoing and inclusive and epic events that celebrate our student students. Student students? Is that line rate? Student students? And aid the careers of our alumni and honor our collective and past accomplishments. USC's School of Dramatic Arts continues to be the epicenter for community-driven storytelling in the entertainment capital of the world. And here's the good news. You guys are the next chapter. We old news. Anyway, alma mater translated means generous mother. And now we all have the same mom.
Who I hope to see soon. Hi, Mom.
My mother has forgotten me. But hey, I have Steph Schroyer if I need her. Congrats, everyone. Fight on.
Fight on.
Magna cum laude. You did it.
Wow. I'm here to tell you all who are viewing this today that that's not an act. They are actually like that. I taught both Tom and Devin in class many moons ago. And it's such a privilege to see what happens to folks when they get out in the world and continue to build on everything they've learned here. So next, I would like to welcome my colleague and the director of our BA programs, Dr. Sharon Marie Carnegie. Hi, Sharon.
Hi. I've donned the hat to honor you. Anton Chekhov wrote a line in Three Sisters that I recall today. Sometimes for no reason at all, trifles, stupid little things take on new meaning. You used to laugh at them, or you didn't have the time to stop and look at them. And then suddenly you look and see them like beautiful maples, firs, and birches around us. You see them looking back at you with curiosity, as if to say that this is how beautiful life should be. Today I look out into my camera and I imagine all your beautiful faces looking back at me with curiosity. You are embarking on a new phase of your lives with the knowledge and wisdom that we, your teachers, offered you, and with the skills and resiliency that your college experience developed in you. I've gotten to know many of you over the last few years in my classes, in my office hours, in the halls of PED, MCC, DRC, and I happily send you off today with a wish that as the momentous events in your lives unfold, you continue to look at the beauty in trifles with genuine curiosity and a love of learning that will never leave you. I'm happy as well to introduce now today's BA student speaker, one of you whom I've gotten to know quite well, Antoinette Riccio.
Thank you, Sharon. A graduate is defined as a person who has received a degree or diploma on completing a course of study, as in a university, college, or school. I've had a lot of people say to me, "You're still graduating. You're still getting your degree." And they're right. This morning, Carol Folk conferred our degrees, and UPS will soon deliver them to our front doors. So I guess we're graduates now, right? I also looked up the definition of the word milestone, which says an action or event marking a significant change or stage in development. And we are undergoing a significant change, but we are forced to do it without an action or event. As the class of 2020, we are tasked with accepting this day as a milestone without anything tangible to mark it as such. I know this isn't the day any of us envisioned, faculty, staff, students, and families alike. But we're here, and in some weird virtual way, we are together, and we have this moment to acknowledge each other. As is a practice in my life, I want to take time to circulate some gratitude and thank God for bringing me here and giving me a life I could have never dreamed of on my own. I want to thank all of the family and friends we have with us today, people who have supported us and loved us, many who have sacrificed so much for us to be at this university. To my family, who gave everything so that I could have the life none of you got to have and be the first person to graduate college, thank you. I love you, and I will work for the rest of my life to repay you in some way if possible. To the faculty and staff here at SDA, thank you for giving us courage and a place to make mistakes. Thank you for believing in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves, for scolding us when necessary, and giving me comfort being in a new place alone. You've played the most integral role in our education, and I'm not sure a proper thank you can ever be articulated. And lastly, to my classmates, some of my best friends, and the most beautiful, talented, kind people I know. I'm so proud of you. I am so inspired by you. For 4 years, I have watched you create brilliantly. I have witnessed so many of you come into your own and find your voice. For those of you home right now, wishing you could start working, I see you. For those stuck in LA, wanting desperately to be with your families today, I see you too. I wish I could say something to make this better for all of us, to give us even a fraction of the moments or the days we thought we'd have, and I'm sorry that I can't do that. Graduating from USC is just the beginning for us, though. What we might think is a sad ending is rather an unexpected and unwarranted beginning to some really beautiful stories. In my last final Tuesday, we talked a lot about hope. As it turns out, hope is an easy thing to have when you're not tested, although that's seldom when it matters. A classmate reminded us of a quote from President Barack Obama. "With hope and virtue, let us brave once more the icy currents and endure what storms may come. Let it be said by our children's children that when we were tested, we refused to let this journey end." The thing that resonated with me most from our conversation is that hope is a choice, one that I implore us all to choose today. Together, we must look forward because there is a future for us. The day will come when we can be together again and resume the work we so passionately have begun moving toward. It's been a popular opinion around SDA that our class is uniquely more close-knit than other classes. I've never figured out how that happened, but the reason why has become extremely clear. The best thing we have right now is each other, so please take advantage of that. Stay connected and lean on one another. I'm here for you. I'm thankful to know you are there for me. Each and every one of you contributes to the beauty, strength, and resiliency that is the class of 2020. Congratulations, I love you, and I hope to see you and squeeze you all again very soon.
Thank you, Antoinette, for those wonderful, eloquent words. Speaking of eloquence, I taught you for a hot 10 seconds in a Shakespeare class earlier this semester when Mary Joan was away. Thoroughly enjoyed the experience, and I could see then what I see now. You're a wonderful example of a School of Dramatic Arts student, diligent, creative, and hardworking, and talented, and committed to our community above all. Thank you also to Dr. Carnegie, Sharon, whose commitment to the school is truly extraordinary. And another icon of the School of Dramatic Arts faculty is up next. We're going to hear from Stephanie Schroyer, who is the director of our BFA programs. Stephanie, zoom on. Steph, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself. Thank God I'm listening.
Better?
You got it. We're on.
Great. Okay. I'm a director, but I cannot be directed, I guess. All right. Thanks, everybody. Good morning, class of 2020. How can it be that it has been 4 years since you guys began your journey to today's celebration? In August of 2016, I, like so many of the professors who would be meeting you as your first college teachers, wondered just who I would encounter as I headed to that 8 a.m. 100 level movement class in PED 208. I think all of us wondered what would characterize the class of 2020. And Antoinette, you stole a little bit of my thunder because that's what I'm going to talk about. You guys' character. We wondered, would they be courageous or timid, confident or insecure, curious or incurious? On that morning in August of 2016, you arrived as individuals eager to share, to show, and maybe, I know you were freshmen, dare I say, to prove to each other and to the world what you could do. And with that, what did you begin your college story with? For those of you with me on that August morning, it was the question, you know who you are, what's the number? With some work, we got to a number that morning, one that got us into the classroom to begin your story at SDA. And little did any of us know that that number would ultimately define the graduating class of 2020. For the next 4 years, you were pushed, pulled, confused, challenged, exhilarated, and had the magic taken out of making magic in preparation for this life in art. You grappled with your class character, not as individuals, but as a collaborative whole. Just who is the class of 2020? Well, we found you to be one of artistic beasts who make stuff. You write, design, act, stage manage, technical direct. You're a collective, a one with whom you will continue your story from here. A one that will always have the character you as a class have defined. Class of 2020, you are one of courage, confidence, and effervescent curiosity. You've characterized yourselves as one force to be reckoned with. Congratulations. And now I'd like to introduce one of one's most respected thought leaders. This student has been consistent in her dedication to the experiential equity for all students in SDA throughout her undergraduate years. While she's followed a path towards the end of graduating with a BFA in stage management, her reach of considerations in all manner of leadership will benefit the SDA for years to come. It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker representing the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, Ms. Carrie Hiramatsu.
Thank you, Steph. It's the greatest honor today to be representing the BFA class of 2020. We as a class are resilient, determined, and so passionate about the work that we do, whether it be acting, stage management, design, and technical direction. If there's anyone who can come back from this stronger than ever, I do believe it's us. As a stage manager, I have the privilege of being in rehearsal with my peers every night. Don't get me wrong, there are often moments when it doesn't feel like a privilege. Sometimes after a full day of work and class and college life, kicking off another 4 or 5 hours of rehearsal is one of the last things I want to be doing. But once we were separated from our work this semester, at home, relegated to our hometowns and about as far away from rehearsal as possible, I began to miss it. At almost 6 o'clock every night, in my stage manager brain, I have this internal clock that still tells me it's time for rehearsal. It's part of me, and I really missed rehearsal. And I realized how much of a privilege it really was to have the opportunity to come together with my peers and my friends every night to create. It's a uniquely collegiate experience we got to have, to explore and just figure it all out as we went along, to laugh and joke and just be with each other without the stakes of the real world weighing heavy upon us. I made lifelong friends in that rehearsal room and behind that tech table. Like I said, I'm a stage manager, so this whole not being able to plan and control what the world will look like 6 months from now thing has not been the greatest joy for me and has not been easy. But there's been one thing that the silver lining that I found in the past few weeks. This deep appreciation for the time that we did spend together. And I can't wait until we can be together again. And see, that's the thing about theater, this art form we've grown to love so much over the past 4 years. You simply can't do it alone. And I feel incredibly lucky to have done it with all of you. So, my friends, my classmates, my peers, I'm looking forward to being with you all again, walking across the stage to receive our diplomas and being back home at the Bing. Thank you all, and fight on.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Let me reiterate Stephanie's thanks to you personally for everything you've given to the school during your time here, above and beyond your work as a student. Thanks to Stephanie as well, and we look forward to many years of stewardship of our BFA programs. So now it's time for me to turn to another dear colleague, Dr. Valina Hasu-Houston, who is the director of our MFA in Dramatic Writing program. Hi, Valina.
Hi, David. Thank you. So what a grand day it is. Every moment counts. And this moment is a very special one in the lives of the graduates of the USA School of Dramatic Arts. So I want to congratulate the graduates and their families on this momentous accomplishment and thank the faculty and staff who have supported the journey each student has taken in the achievement of their university educations and all that that means. Buddha said, "I never see what has been done. I only see what remains to be done." I want to mention the 2 playwrights graduating from the Master of Fine Arts in Dramatic Writing program today, Amanda L. Andre and Noah Gardner. Amanda was to be our student speaker. Due to private issues, neither of them can be with us today, but both look forward to engaging in the theater community in person when it is safe to do so. We wish you all the best as we move forward with all the positivity that humanity deserves. Today, you mark a milestone in your lives. Make that a stepping stone to all that you will do in the years to come. Embrace the hard work, conduct yourself with courage and reason, and cultivate benevolence, civility, sincerity, and compassion. You are on your way, and we celebrate your artistic and academic triumph. Congratulations.
Thank you, Valina. Some of you probably know that I spend some time in the classroom teaching in our MFA in acting program. And in that role, I serve the director of our MFA in acting program, a remarkable colleague, David Borshowski. And David, welcome to our virtual celebration, and it's over to you.
Thanks, DB. And welcome, everybody. So I looked at the event timeline that is sitting here in front of me that Jen Franco sent, and it says Warshawski remarks. And I thought, what does he remark on? And my relationship to you is primarily as a teacher of acting and director of the MFA acting program. And so it is in that capacity that I have the following remarks. And if you've had me as a teacher, they may sound familiar. The thing that you're waiting for is happening now. It doesn't happen after you graduate or celebrate. It doesn't happen after you get out of quarantine and can begin eating in restaurants, sitting in a theater, walking unmasked, touching and holding and breathing close. We only think it happens after, later, culminative, because now we're angry or disappointed or preoccupied or apologizing or making an excuse. And I include myself because just like you, I can forget. But in the moment is being here, is being present. So wherever you're witnessing this remote experience, in the classroom, in the waiting room, in the green room, in the living room, the bedroom, the kitchen, the den, the office, the laundry room, the Zoom room, that if you had been told in your very near future just 2 months ago, you would have called it an impossible aberration. And yet here we are, in the moment, not missing it, now, here, this. So don't miss it, because here it is, the blink of an eye, the snap of a finger, the turn of a head. So in a moment, I'll turn it over to our MFA acting student speaker, Deja Thompson, but I had one last thought. And the MFA acting program is, my name is just on the door. It's run as a collective triangle with David Bridell, Natsuko Ohama, and myself. And every year we remark that we cannot imagine how students who were so timid, confused, quiet, clueless, afraid, seemingly unwilling, definitely not actors, could somehow become the dynamic, powerful, engaging, show-stopping, technically proficient, beautifully crafted actor warriors. And I'm talking about Nona and Troy, Austin, Abby, Leia, Sherrick, Brent, Atia, and Deja that we just saw in that last thing. It's impossible, and yet it happens. Year after year after year after year after year after year after year. Deja?
Thank you for making me almost cry, and it's my turn now. I never know where to start. Starting is always the hardest part. Getting through day in and day out has its ups and downs, and when you get through to the end, it makes it all worthwhile. Who would have thought this is where we'd be coming in 2017? Some in 2016, now being the first class of 2020, going down in history, graduating virtually because of COVID-19, or a celebration rather. Yet, here we all are. It's funny how the world works, how everything can be flipped upside down, falling apart. But putting yourself in the best possible mindset can lend a healing hand over your heart. Although things aren't ideal, we can't see each other physically. We want to hug and celebrate together, but at least technology allows for us to see one another.
One thing I take away from this world pandemic is, as artists and creators, graduating with a degree around this time, the main question we'd hear is, what's next? What are you working on? Did you get signed? Blah, 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 the list goes on. I guess I love the fact that we don't have to hear that. We can sit in this world and listen to our emotions, transition smoothly and focus on our health, and not feel any pressure having to prove ourselves. My advice is to reflect and write down all that you have done here and now. How you stuck through hardship, remain till the end, and be proud of your greatness. Know that you deserve all of the congratulations. Continue to shine and strive on with great strength. This is the time to write your story. Get creative, because no one is going to do it for you. You have to push yourself past your limits. Be brave and set the bar high. You are a USC graduate. This is only the beginning. I pray you all step out into the world ready to take flight. Make it your mission to continue this marathon, trumping every trial and tribulation. There will be low days and highs, but remember to always keep your eye on the prize and take things one day at a time. Congratulations to all of us. Cheers to the next chapter. I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Deja. Thanks to you and your classmates also for the journey that you've been on, and of which I played a part, which was an unforgettable one. So folks, I've got some script to go back to in a moment, but before I get there, if you have watched today's virtual ceremony, you probably, as have I, had a taste of the remarkable characters that make up our world in the School of Dramatic Arts. I want to say thank you to all of our faculty, full-time and adjunct. I'd like to say thank you to all of our staff who work so diligently behind the scenes, including today, to support and move forward the mission of the school. And I want to say thank you to our students, especially, of course, the class of 2020, for providing all of us with such memorable experiences on stage, off stage, behind the stage, in the classrooms, in the corridors, and in our collaborations together. Sometimes I think that the study of the theater is a study in the art of becoming the most complete human being that you possibly can. And looking at the tiny window of our school that you saw today, represented by the people on this virtual ceremony, I think you see that we have a pretty rich and remarkable community. So back to the script. We're coming to the end of this very different celebration of your 4 years at USC. But we certainly have learned in the last 4 months that adaptability is one of the great secrets of life. So I commend you all for soldiering on during this semester, especially the last half, and creating new ways to stay engaged. I applaud your creativity, your ingenuity, your resilience. You know that during your careers, you're going to experience many more challenges, and your time at USC and your response to the current situation is going to equip you extremely well for the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune that lie in your futures. I look forward to hearing about your journeys, your joys, and your milestones. I've enjoyed watching you grow over the last 4 or 3 years, and I want you to stay in touch. Please let us know how it goes out there on the open road, and make sure that your stories continue to be written into the history of our school. Remember that we will gather together to celebrate you in person, and that show will go on at a time to be determined. So our celebration has ended. Many congratulations to you all, and fight on.
you.